Hello.
Ready for readbacks. I'm a UK JTAC. I need lines 4, 6 and 8 with bomb attack headings.
I rest my case, middle finger pick up the pace. So slow, Rick James, no puzzles to fake. My fault, my bad, my bitch trying to snake me. Boss a lick, a hit, miss a bit of Nova. I don't want to fall into the sweet talk. Restart, chilling by myself with a key card. Be smart, TV projecting the go yard. Go far, wasting my time in and time out again. I be ready, cutting off friends, making bands. Heavy hitter, trigger finger from Japan. No demands, pissed off, I don't wanna shake hands with the boss. Hit him like the cross, send him to the posse. Pick him up, let him up. Restart, stare at the snakes like faces they...
Ready for readbacks. I'm a UK JTAC. I need lines 4, 6 and 8 with bomb attack headings.
I rest my case, middle finger pick up the pace. So slow, Rick James, no puzzles to fake. My fault, my bad, my bitch trying to snake me. Boss a lick, a hit, miss a bit of Nova. I don't want to fall into the sweet talk. Restart, chilling by myself with a key card. Be smart, TV projecting the go yard. Go far, wasting my time in and time out again. I be ready, cutting off friends, making bands. Heavy hitter, trigger finger from Japan. No demands, pissed off, I don't wanna shake hands with the boss. Hit him like the cross, send him to the posse. Pick him up, let him up. Restart, stare at the snakes like faces they...
Ready for readbacks.
Roadside Cargo Solutions Fueling. Roadside Cargo Solutions Fueling.
There we go. That's better now. Sorry about the technical difficulties within the microphones over here at Forces News. We are just moments away from the start of the Falkland Islands Liberation Day Parade with British Armed Forces here in Port Stanley. I'm not Safe Chatter with Forces News, and alongside me is Joe Lidford with Falkland Islands TV. Hello, Joe.
Hello, how are you?
I'm doing very well. How big an event is this for the people of the Falkland Islands? As you know, they've had numerous threats along the years from, Argentina. I remember back in my term when I was Prime Minister of the UK, there was Brazil doing something dodgy with the Falklands. How big of an event is this for both the UK and the Falklands?
It is quite a big event for, obviously, everybody from the future. Well, not future, the past. Just remembering them, and obviously just a wee celebration. But yeah, it's something good just for everybody to have fun, relax, chill, just like that.
Yeah, obviously this is a very big event, and as we can see just now, Port Stanley is very decorated. It's got a lot of banners around the place, and developers spent a lot of time. I believe we've also got the Falkland Islands Defence Force sandwiched between two regiments of the British Armed Forces just here, led by Hastings 1233. Falkland, how big an event is this for the Falkland Islands Defence Force? Because they've been around for a lot of time. I can remember, I used to be back in them, and it's been something that has gone through a lot.
Well, I think Falkland Defence Force is the regiment you should thank the most, if anything. Obviously, because their main service is Falklands. Yeah.
Definitely, and as we can see now, the parachute regiment just over here are forming up with Gendorf, their commandant, at the front, alongside International Lord over here. British Armed Forces have been preparing this for a long time, and it should be a brilliant watch. Just stick around with us for a few more minutes. The parade is scheduled to start in just a few moments. Welcome back to the Falkland Islands, where the British Armed Forces are still preparing for this event here in Port Stanley, alongside the main port, where the Royal Navy operate their HMS Chester from. A big ship that can do a lot of destruction, as we've seen over the years when there have been numerous threats from countries across the United Nations towards the Falklands, but as always, the British Armed Forces have remained strong over the years. This is a big event for both the Falklands and the UK. We're here in Port Stanley once again. A lot of Royal Military Police protection here in the Falklands. Welcome back to the Falkland Islands, where the British Armed Forces are still.
You want me to move it?
Here in Port Stanley,
I'll make it take shift lock off.
where the Royal Navy.
Yeah, sorry.
Here we see the Parachute Regiment and the Royal Air Force, and in between them is the Falkland Islands Defence Force, though in small numbers, are definitely a crucial force to the security of the Falkland Islands. We're here in Port Stanley once again. A lot of Royal Military.
Anything in particular? Right. So obviously we have Parachute Regiment lining up, taking positions in preparation for their march down to the end of the road. Obviously we have RAF already lined up with Slenderman taking the flight.
I think we currently have some technical difficulties with the marching tool here in Port Stanley. I think Falkland Islands Defence Force have got. I think it's just the Parachute Regiment there at the back, getting the hang of it. Definitely some good numbers from all regiments. Obviously, we've got Gensloff right at the front of the Parachute Regiment. And obviously, if we just spin around, we can see a very decorated Port Stanley with quite a few people here to watch as well. But obviously, down there, due to security of the event. Falklands over the years has progressed a lot, of course. You know, version 2 has been promised for a while, hasn't it, Joe? Is there any progression on that?
I'm not entirely sure.
Sorry to interrupt the stream at the moment. We are hearing back in the state opening of the Parliament in the United Kingdom that there is a revote on the King's Speech, passing 20 to 18. That is a revote on the King's Speech, passing to 20 to 18. We'll keep you updated with that as we hear about it. There's a lot of Royal Military Police presence here in the Falkland Islands, you know, I think to keep the parade safe. And I'm hearing that the troops are getting ready to go. Sorry about the GUIs there. Not much we can do about that, unfortunately. Here we go. The Royal Air Force here marching off in their numbers with Slender Man, who's been in the Royal Air Force for more than 2 years, leading them off. And the Falkland Islands Defence Force and Parachute Regiment have set off alongside 2 members of the Royal Military Police. Quick shout out to Aerophobes, who is a smelly bugger. That's what I was asked to say. Got paid 50 quid for it. Continuing, obviously the Parachute Regiment now marching along down Port Stanley towards the church area of the island. On the left former Commonwealth Secretary General Gerald C. Wrightson. You can see numerous civilians, and down by the cenotaph, we can see what I think is Graham, the church guy, I will call him because I don't know his real title, with Robert. I need to find his official title because I don't know about the royal household.
I can't tell if that is the Chief of Defence Staff or just somebody that looks like him.
Yeah, that is David Mountbatten down there alongside Tyler Vallois, the Chief of Defence. The Chief of Defence Staff next to the Chief of Air Staff. On third from the left, we have Noah A. Collins, former Chief of Defence Staff of the British Armed Forces. Just on the far right, we have Police Service of Northern Ireland, it looks like. And on his left, we have Chief Constable of the Falkland Islands Police Force, Liam T. Aldana. At the front of the queue just here, we have obviously Robbie Wellesley of the United Kingdom, and on his right, Samuel Lidford, the Lieutenant Governor of the Falkland Islands. Here to celebrate this big event in the Falkland Islands. There's been a big turnout here for the Liberation Day Parade, just down by the cenotaph now. And the Royal Air Force are forming up in their numbers alongside the Parachute Regiment and Falkland Islands Defence Force, just to the side of them now. Joe, just how much preparation has gone into this event? Because if you look at the numbers, it does take a lot of organisation, as well from a development point of view, with all the banners and everything that's been set up here.
Yep, huge shout out to obviously all the developers just for setting up this event, and also to all those people that have decided to take their time and take the preparations for the drill, marching down. In particular, Scouser, who played a main role in the police service for the preparations, and also the RAF hosting them both. Yeah, huge thanks to him.
Yeah, Adam Tildar, who is also a squadron officer in the Royal Air Force at the same time as being Chief Executive of the Falkland Islands, has been working a lot on this parade, and I think it's definitely paid off so far. You know, we've got, I think, around 40 odd members of the British Armed Forces here. You know, it is definitely paid off.
Yep, definitely. Every time I've been on the game, as in studio, Adam's always been there, sorting out stuff, doing the last checks. Also, huge thanks to him for actually setting this up, organising it, getting all those involved. So, yeah.
At the front here, obviously, His Royal Highness the Duke of York, and here is the British national anthem, God Save the King. And there it is, national anthem of the United Kingdom, God Save the King. And Graham Powell, Archbishop of Canterbury, now speaking. Following the address from the Archbishop, we will hear from Commander Gendeloff of the Parachute Regiment and hear about what he has to say about this event and what it means to his regiment.
There you go.
We are receiving our prayer for the Liberation Day of the Falkland Islands here. Following the address from the Archbishop, we will hear from Commander Gendeloff of the Parachute Regiment and hear about what he has to say about this event. I am just hearing in now from the Palace of Westminster that the King's Speech has failed the House of Commons. That's the King's Speech has failed the House of Commons, meaning that the opposition will be now reading their King's Speech in the Palace of Westminster. There was initially a pass by 20 to 19, but there was a revote due to members going AFK and returning. I've just been informed that the opposition will be doing their King's Speech at 20 to 9, and we will keep you updated if we receive anything from them. Here we have Graham Powell, Archbishop of Canterbury, just finishing off his prayer. We're now going to head over to Gendeloff, who is Commandant of the Parachute Regiment, to hear what he has to say. Hello, Gendeloff. How are you?
I'm doing good, thank you.
How much preparation has gone into this event from the Parachute Regiment? Because brilliant turnout here alongside the Royal Air Force and Falkland Islands Defence Force.
Wait, we were supposed to prepare for this?
I know the RAF definitely were.
No,
From the BAF as a whole, how much has gone into this?
If I'm being honest, I don't know about the preparation from the rest of the BAF, but from the Parachute Regiment, we didn't do too much. We just asked by RAF to show up, asked by Adam to turn up, and happily we've had good attendance as a result.
Fair enough. Brilliant display, obviously showing the high standards of the Parachute Regiment when it comes to their representation to the public. What does this mean to both to you, to the BAF when it comes to the Falkland Islands? Because you're here quite regularly, I've seen.
Yeah, we do. This is our primary deployment place. We've been here quite often, and of course, the Parachute Regiment had a large role to play IRL in terms of the Falkland conflict with Goose Green and whatnot. And so, a few of the guys sort of feel an obligation to show up.
How much preparation has gone into this? Definitely, it's a big event. Yeah, it's a big event for everyone. A lot in the Falklands, a lot of development work has gone into it, and I think the Parachute Regiment have done brilliantly here.
Yeah, we've, like I said, we've had a good turnout. It's happy days.
Thank you for coming on.
Thankful everyone's turned up. Thank you.
Thank you for coming on. Have a lovely day.
It's all right.
Here you can see we just had our interview with Commander Gendeloff of the Parachute Regiment. Now, troops are at the cenotaph here to commemorate those who passed during the Falklands War. Falklands War, for those that don't know, took place in 1982 between Argentina and the United Kingdom, with Margaret Thatcher, Prime Minister of the United Kingdom at the time. And though it was a real-life event, we commemorate this here to respect all those that fought for the country. We are just hearing now that the Red Arrows are going to be on their way. We're hearing that they're taking off imminently here in Port Stanley, and hopefully we can catch a bit of their display here. Just looking for the Red Arrows down at the airport over there. Not sure if they're coming from here or not. We'll keep you updated. Joe, what do we know about the Red Arrows at the moment? Because they are certainly one of the best display teams that we've ever seen here.
Red Arrows, obviously, they're known for all their fly pass. Most known for being there for the Jubilee this year. That's the most important event. But on roadblocks, they're very talented. Quite a difficult skill to have, being able to do such thing. It
definitely does.
Just now,
it definitely does take a lot of skill, doesn't it? Knowing connection issues, you've got desync from a lot of people.
They're above us.
Thank you. There we go. The Red Arrows just passing now. Going across the sea over here. With their red and white smoke in their numbers, breaking off here in the blue, white and red of the United Kingdom. Looking for the Red Arrows down at the airport over there. Falling back in to their formation. The 5 Red Arrow jets now just in their formations, displaying the smoke to the people of Port Stanley to commemorate this event and celebrate the liberation of the Falkland Islands. We're keeping our drone nice and low as to not interfere with these jets that are now forming back up. And there's one of them that's just crashed. We'll ignore that. The Liberation Day event is now supposedly ending, but we will remain here until the event closes off fully to keep you going with what's going on down here in Port Stanley. Once again, at the front here, we've got His Royal Highness the Duke of York next to Samuel Lidford, the Lieutenant Governor of the Falkland Islands. Here's Adam Tealdana, the Chief Executive of the Falklands, just now thanking the people. Joe, what has Adam done for the Falklands? Because Falklands has been in a bit of a mess recently with chief executives. What has Adam done so far?
Adam's actually done quite a lot. I'm not sure whenever he gets sworn into office, but since then he's done quite a lot, such as hosting the Commonwealth Summit. He's a lot of interviews with obviously other nations, and with his, I'm sure it's I can't remember, but it was a wee scheme thing, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But everything he's done has been...
I'll just stop you there quickly, because we've got Samuel Lidford here, the Lieutenant Governor. He's just speaking to and addressing the British Armed Forces, as well as the Falkland Islands Defence Force and Royal Military Police members that have turned up to this event. Certainly a great display from all parties here. An honours list has been prepared for this event. We are now hearing from Samuel Lidford, the Lieutenant Governor, and now will be read out to honour those that have dedicated service to the Falklands.
Sweet.
Here we have obviously Samuel Lidford reading out honours to present members and those that are watching the stream. We thank you for joining us today as the stream gradually grinds to a close. This is just one of many Forces News streams coming up in the near future, so I ask that you stick with us as we bring you the latest news on both the British Armed Forces and where they deploy to. Samuel Lidford there, finishing off his speech, and I think His Royal Highness the Duke of York, Robert Wellesley, may now just say a few words to the people of the Falklands on this special day. Maybe not. Here we have it. The British Armed Forces will now be dismissed by their officers. Obviously, once again, Hastings 1233, a long-serving member of the Falkland Islands Defence Force, leading them in their quite impressive numbers given what they've been through quite recently. Over here, the Parachute Regiment, led by Gendelorf, in their impressive numbers given the short notice given to them to turn up. And of course, the Royal Air Force's number 2 group, with the Royal Air Force Regiment, that are deploying frequently to the Falkland Islands to keep peace and order on the islands. I'm sure there'll be an announcement tomorrow at their inspection to hear more about what's going on here.
Just to announce, the June Falklands Honours have been released. And the list is for Governor Medal of Merit is Adam Tialdana, Falklands Excellent Medal is Elfield and Hastings 1233, Civil Service Medal is myself, O'Reilly Jack and Elfield, General Service Medal are Jack, Liam, Lamb and Anglo Fusilier. Sorry. And also Police Long Service and Good Conduct is David Aylesbury. Congratulations, everybody.
Yep, on that message, Samuel Lidford wishes to congratulate all of those that received an honour. And also, he did announce that on this rare occasion, the Governor's Medal of Merit has been awarded to Adam Tialdana for showing the highest level of dedication towards the islands, in which he's put the Falklands into the better, more developed part of the Commonwealth of Nations. The Royal Air Force here have been dismissed, and this is the event coming to a close here in Port Stanley, the Falkland Islands. I would like to thank you all on behalf of Forces News, and I'm sure Joe will say a quick word as Falkland Islands TV. Joe?
Yep, thank you everybody for coming. Great turnout in game and also in the stream. Incredible to see everybody who's actually engaged and interested in Falklands. So thank you very much. So for me.
Once again, this is I'm Not a Safe Chatter, Forces News. Thank you for tuning in on today, 11th of June, for the Falkland Islands Liberation Day Parade.